Deal or not a deal, Johnny? That is the question here for deal of the week on the Maui Hatless Houlihan. I mean, all the time we hear people wanting deals. And oftentimes a deal is correlated with it's a fixer, it's a bank owned. That's often what we attribute a deal with. Is like it if we could put some sweat equity into it, then maybe we can get a deal out of it. And so we got an interesting one this week that we could talk about in South Kihei. On the south side, we're a little break in the action from the west side. So why don't we go ahead and introduce them to Kihei Kai Nani.
Hotel zoned, correct?
Hotel zoned.
So here we go, guys.
So hotel zoned right in the heart of Kihei. You've probably driven right by this a bunch of times. Didn't really know there was even a condo back there, but there's all kinds of units. We're across from Kam II Beach, just down the block from Coconuts, Cinnamon Roll Shop, a few other spots. But here you go. This is Kihei Kai Nani. All these buildings here are part of the complex, pool area in the middle, across the street to Kam. This is the area where there was some of the damage from the recent storms, just down here in front of Akahi, water coming through. So what do you think about the location, Johnny?
Well, I mean, I love Kam II Beach, right? I mean, so the beach is amazing. It's good for us to have an awareness that there was some flooding in there. Coconut Wireless said that it was because the storm drain was kind of clogged and then kind of pushed through. So maybe that caused more damage, not sure. But yeah, location wise, I mean, not horrible. You got Royal Maui in right there. So yeah.
You're right in the heart of the Kihei action. So you got pretty much two spots in Kihei where the action happens. Central Kihei there at Azeka and Lapoa and South Kihei Road. And then right here, South Kihei Road, you have some shops, restaurants, that sort of thing. That's the two action spots. You're close to one of those. It's a short stroll to food, and there is a little supermarket up there as well. So close to the action.
Well, notice we're in a little hotel zone, right? Because Kihei Kahi also hotel zone. That's just to our south. Maui Banyan, we just talked about, just to our south there as well. When I look at the Maui Banyan's garage structure, I'm like, why didn't they build on top of that too? But I don't know. I was just thinking, because it's interesting to have such a big portion of your development taken up by just a parking structure. But just my
no
thoughts
other
there.
use but a parking structure.
That's it. But Kihei Kai Nani. So what's the opportunity, Danny? Is it a deal or is it not? Wow, $397.
$500 for a one bedroom. If you've been following along on the DOW or just the Maui Hatless Houlihan recently, I mean, a lot of oceanfront places have come down to about $499 for a one bedroom. Most hotel zoned are still somewhere around the $600-700 range. And so at $397, is it compelling enough to potentially be a deal? That is the question. So why is it $397? Well, it needs some work. So looking at the pictures, nice grounds, well maintained. Here is the unit itself. Newish flooring. You have the wall AC. Into the kitchen, Johnny. We're missing major appliances. No range, no dishwasher, no refrigerator. Don't know why they have disappeared. They are gone. No washer dryer.
Could have been a rare residence. It could have been a rare residence and they just felt strongly about taking that stuff there. Because, yeah, I don't know why you would. Or maybe, I don't know, were they trying to flip it and they're just over it? Because that looks kind of like a newer vanity to me. And then I see some LVP, which newer, right? So feels like a start of some remodeling and then just a stop.
Looking at some of the grounds, has all the amenities, across the street to the beach. You really push the amenities when you don't have the unit. But back to the opportunity. 7, Johnny, what do you think about the remodel? We've talked to some GCs, general contractors recently on some other units. What do you think on something like this to remodel it, get it up to speed to where you'd be proud of it?
Well, so I would slap 25 to do a bathroom, but that bathroom seems to be kind of midway there. Personally, I probably take out that tub. So maybe we are doing a slight bathroom remodel that'll probably run us maybe, let's call it 15, right? Since we've already got the vanity portion taken care of. I don't have to do flooring, it looks like. That looks like fairly new LVP to me. if I had to guess. Another thing I'm noticing is I could get away with that window unit for my living area. And I don't know if there's one in the bedroom, but maybe I'm dropping a ductless AC in there. So let's call that 7,500. 15 was for the bath. I'm in it for 22.5. The kitchen, I mean, I'd probably just redo that whole thing there, right? So let's say that it's going to cost me another 25 now for the kitchen, about 47,000 in. And let's say I pick this guy up here for 380. So now I'm all in what? Do the math for me, Danny. 80, 47, 430-ish.
430, yeah.
I mean, for a vacation rentable hotel zoned condo, also square footage being a little bit larger at 620. I mean, I'm used to maybe 500 square feet or so for a one bedroom. It has some legs. Now, if you want to go completely crazy and you want to get rid of those jealousies there, replacing doors, we could definitely throw a lot more money at it. But this thing kind of feels like it has some legs. Kihei Kai Nani, not really known for views. Can we agree?
There's just a couple units you can see the view on, and those did lead the way during the big pop in COVID, and the pricing went all the way up to 850.
Right.
But yeah, this is
So
not a view play. If you're getting involved with Kihei Kai Nani, if you're staying here, it's really all about the location and the convenience. You like to walk to Taco Tuesday, you like to go get your coconut fish tacos, you like to get your cinnamon roll in the morning, you like to stroll the different beaches up and down South Kihei Road, Kam 1, Kam 2, Kam 3. That's the lifestyle, that's the vacation that you're looking for if you're staying here. Bit more of a budget option.
there you go. So with that being said, I mean, you're all in 420, 430 after a remodel. What are my comparables? What have the sales been in the past there?
Let's go take a look. Here we go.
Here we
Recently,
go.
January this year, 500,000 down from 555. There is a 439 last fall.
Look at that interesting gap where nothing happened in 04.
Nothing at
Right.
all.
So
A whole
2023,
year.
we get some sales. Then there's just nothing literally until the start of 2025. But if I had to guess, the trend still seems to be down and we're drifting into the 500s, right? Whereas in the
I'm with you.
past, we're in the sevens. What are my actives? What's my competition looking like here?
This is where it gets
Same
all
old,
kinds
same
of
old.
interesting. Yeah. We're sub 400 on this one. Everybody else is hanging like 600 plus, all the way up to 800, which is kind of a shocker, Johnny, because
Right.
I mean, we only had one unit sell above 800,000 in history, and now we have two units that are hanging out there. But yeah, everyone's pretty much around the 600 range.
I think that the general public thinks that because one sold for that's the nice price range, or at least these two members of the general public.
Absolutely do. And they've been hanging out for a while. So this one, I mean, you're 140,000 under the next closest one and up from there, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I'm with you in thinking that our perceived market value is closer to the 500 range based on the comparable sales, but everyone is listing above the comparable sales.
Boy,
So welcome to Maui.
it feels dealish to me. If I'm in it after I remodel it, it's all fresh and done. I'm in the 430s, and I think I'm winning. Now, this is definitely one of those plays where the view doesn't matter for you. Maybe it's just a straight rental option and you're putting it out there and you're going to manage it and you're going to play the value game there. But this is the new market that we are in.
Fascinating. And one thing to consider, Johnny, anytime there's a remodel, it feels like a bit of an ick for a lot of people. I mean, we have a
Sure.
recent client that closed. They could have had more of a remodel unit. They chose the already remodeled unit. I have a few clients that have bought and gone into a full remodel. They said they would never do it again. So while a lot of people associate a deal with a fixer, something that needs work, a lot of people don't want to jump into that on Maui, especially when you're thousands of miles away. We do have great contacts, we have good GCs, but the reality is more often than not, people want something that's already ready to go, that's turnkey, that's done, that's remodeled, even if they have to pay a little bit more for it. So that's the reason why it wouldn't be a deal for some people, is they don't want to get involved with any kind of fixer. So the question for you is that something you're interested in, and do you see this as a deal? And that
Agreed.
is the deal of the week. Sub 400,000 for hotel zoned in South Kihei. 5+. Remodel wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg, just an arm, maybe half a leg. And this is the deal of the week. Hang around if you like ones like this. We change it up every week. It's a different type of property, different location on the island. Every Thursday, we're dropping something like this. Subscribe. Feel free to comment below if you need help with your Maui dreams. Jump on, book a call, Aloha Vision Quest, talk story with us, and figure out how we can help you accomplish your Maui dreams. Till next time. Ahui ho, Johnny.
Oh, we hope.